Hey collectors, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Kirito version 435 from Figma, which is, I'm guessing, the new version of him. Now, I've not watched the anime yet, but I will be catching up very, very soon. But let's have a look at Kirito. So basically we have him right here. We have the different swords, two different faces. He is there. That's all the different versions there, like all the poses. There he is, looking cheeky. At the top there, looking cheeky. And then at the bottom, just looking angry. So yeah, he's the same one. So if you like this sort of content and you want to see more, then hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as a cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. And let's jump straight into it. And here we go. Here are all the accessories that you get with Kirito. So obviously you get the figure, you get the two different faces, you get kind of two main swords, and then kind of a sword to go in his back, like the sheath, which, again, like, I can understand the reason why they put it in, maybe, but it feels like it's just a wasted accessory. You get the joint, you get the extra thing that goes on top of the stand, you get the stand itself, and then you get different hands for it. So let's have a look at the figure and then move on to the accessories and have a look further detail in them. And here is Kirito, so let's have a look at him. He looks very similar to exactly every single Kirito figure. I reckon Kirito is going to be the Goku of the Figma at this point, because there's been so many different versions of him. Looking at the figure, standard hair, standard face, normal, everything is still the same. And then we've got this kind of new uniform that goes around here and looks just kind of like plain and simple. We've got the kind of like white or kind of gray that kind of locks in. It has a certain pattern and looks kind of like a raincoat to me, which is kind of a normal thing. But yeah, it doesn't look any kind of different from anything else. On the side, we've got the kind of like just plain white, and then we've got kind of an armband here. So it kind of really makes me think of his like the first version that we actually saw of him. Kind of dropping down, we see that you've got the kind of grey and white thing going on down here to his arms, to his cuffs. And then we've got the kind of like, as I said, it looks like a raincoat to me, just around here and here. Which is absolutely fine. You see there is some detail around, which has got the kind of ruffle for it, which looks fine to me. And then it's got kind of plain trousers. Dropping down to his trousers, he's got kind of plain shoes and look kind of Now the figure doesn't stand up straight. You have to kind of bend his leg a little bit, like I've got there, which again is not a major thing compared to what I've seen so far, but it has been a thing. But yeah, that's it, just kind of plain and boring. So looking at the very back, you've got these joints that I absolutely hate. Compared to what we've seen now, like, you think they could have adjusted it, made the leg a bit bigger to kind of incorporate. It just looks really out of place to me. Like they look like on his back of his leg something's growing, and I don't really like it. It kind of irritates me. So I'm hoping that this isn't going to be a thing where they're just reusing the body of Kirito. They could have changed the entire thing up, I reckon, and actually made the joints a bit better. The back of him looks kind of boring, and there's not a lot of detail going along. You can see that this part of the body looks like it's just an extra part. I don't know. I don't think there's a lot you can really do with this one. I think you could have maybe some more stuff on the outfit. But again, with the new anime, I'm guessing this is just what he's wearing. You've got the kind of band there. You've then just got the kind of like piece that moves over to that. And that's about it, really. And at the very back, we've got the standard hair that looks just plain and simple to me. Again, nothing major. You've got a little bit of tuffle, and that's about it. So yeah, not a lot in this one. So let's have a look at the articulation for the figure. Feet feel a bit kind of stiff. Like, again, it has to be a certain way before it can bend, which I don't particularly like that much. Then we've got, say, the knee bending. Like, you can bend it all the way around, again, which is fine. Like, these kind of like blend in, but it just now looks like he's got wheels for knees. That's it. Just not the best thing in the world. Just legs move like that. Arms move up like that. Very kind of easy. They bend, and oh, okay, so literally, I don't know what it is with Figma, but that just bends, so hopefully that just goes back in properly, but it did look like they've got kind of a new joint for it. Arm goes up and down like so, arms like that. And then like that. So, oh, and the head spins all the way around. Let's turn it around. Up and down. And that's particularly about it. Let's have a look at the different faces. Now, I'm guessing they're just reusing it. Maybe they made way too many Kiritos and it didn't sell. So they just basically reused most of the faces. So here is his cheeky grin. Adding a bit to it, but doesn't kind of make me go, oh, that looks just like it. That's the best one he's got. So I'm not a big fan of it. And then that's his kind of angry face. Yeah, where he's screaming, going, ah! And that's kind of it. That adds to it, but I think I much prefer his normal face. And that's, I'm a bit kind of on this one now. So this is one of his swords that he gets. I generally kind of think that's really nice. I'm wondering, yep, you can pull it apart, so you can put it into the sword, into his hand a lot easier. That I generally think is amazing, because I generally think all the weapons should be like that. So I really like the kind of blade, the kind of sparkle in it. I think that looks really nice. And then the different tones, from you've got the dark purples to the light blues. This is one of his other swords. Now this is, I kind of like that. It's a rose sword. So it looks really, really nice. I like the fact that you've got a rose symbol there. That adds to it. And let's see if it's exactly the same. Oh, okay. Nope, it is not the same as the other swords. So making this one, like you can take that out, and this one you can't. That's stupid. Just generally make it exactly the same. So it feels like they had multiple versions of these swords left over, and that's a bit of a shame. So that I generally don't like, but you know, the rose looks cool and that's it. And I'm a bit of shame that one. This is the same sword that we've just seen, and again, when you pull it out, you can have it on the back, and that's it. And you know, you just generally think you could have the sword placed in it rather than having two different versions. It just makes no sense. So yeah, it has the clip-on bar, the purple sheath, and then the blackness there, and that's pretty much it. And there we go. There is Kirito, and I've got to admit, this is a very boring figure for me. I think it's because I've seen so many of them, and there just seems to be no kind of love, like kind of added extra. So if you're a huge Sword Art Online fan, definitely pick this up. It's worth it if you're collecting them. I think I've got all of them so far, but I'm not a huge big fan of this particular one. Maybe I'm more intrigued into the other ones that they've made. I think that not having this sword as a proper weapon to kind of like at the hilt to kind of open up, I think that's a bit weird that they didn't go down that road. But to be fair, for what it is, I'll give it its dues. It's just another Sword Art Online figure. It does what it says on the tin. It's a figure. You know, compared to where we've had like Deku, and we've had like other figures that look and feel different, you know, this just to me feels very plain and boring. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this one. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. So collectors, what are your thoughts? Have you got Kirito? Are you happy with him? Would you collect the Sword Art Online? Let me know what your thoughts are down below in those comments. And if you've liked this video, then hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as that cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. And of course, thank you very much for watching, collectors, and I'll see you in the next video.